Greetings, housemates, and welcome back to Learn to Play Endless Legend. I'm Phwop, and it's winter in Auriga. If you don't know, Auriga is the planet all of this takes place on, and as you can see, the landscape looks quite different. So we got a couple things to point out about winter and how it works. This time, winter happened, I think, 1 or 2 turns into the predicted range in which it could happen. Note that when winter is coming, there's a snowflake here, and when summer is coming, there is a little sunburst. It's predicted that that summer will begin in 1 to 12 turns. So that's how long winter is going to last. So the dark season has begun. You get a notification. And of course, the whole tile set changes. It's hard to not notice. In winter, life and movement are more difficult. There are very few bonuses during winter, mostly penalties. Note that there is 25% reduced map movement on units. I don't think battle is actually slowed down. Remember, battle is indicated by a hollow arrow, not a filled-in white one. 1 less food on terrain. It's a good thing we don't depend on terrain food all that much, but for us, that pretty much guarantees that during winter you have to have some sort of alternative source of food, like the seed storage building or the food husbandry or whatever it is. 1 less dust on every piece of terrain that creates dust. That's a big hit, especially later on in the game. That can be a significant drop. For us, it looks like it's about 8, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but it means we're getting practically none. We lose 1 vision on expansions, 1 vision on city tiles, and 1 vision on units. So now everyone's units can only see 2, and the same is true for all of your tiles. You can only see 1 tile past all... How can I see that? It looks like... okay. So, normally your districts can see 2 tiles out. Note that I don't think it's our city center. I think it's actually our governor's sight range, which is the same as our military units of 2 during the winter, is actually giving us a bigger view around here. I highly suspect that is the case. It seems like they treat the governor as a standing still army, which probably means that our governor's skill tree, when we take this, the health regen, is definitely going to apply to our garrison. That would be my very strong suspicion. Okay, either way, that's all bad. Let's see what it's done to our city. Of course, we're producing settlers, so food isn't helping us any. I wonder if you can stop from starving by producing settlers. Interesting. Remember, when we finish our settlers, they're actually going to take a population away from us. And of course, since we've destroyed this Sisters of Mercy village, we can rebuild it. It is lumped in over here with constructible city and regional expansions. That includes all the districts you can build, as well as extractors and minor villages. If we build this, we do get a discount if we ever build Sister of Mercy units in this region. And we'll get the big bonus is population. For us, it really hasn't been worth it to build it up yet, but I don't want to forget. So let's put it on the list for after all these other more important expansions. It does cost about as much as the altar does. So if we get the chance, we'll build the altar first. And actually we should, so let's just take that off. I won't forget. Okay, what else does winter bring? Well, besides slowing us down significantly, these guys are kind of fast. They have 3.8 movement, primarily because we equipped them with the, where is it? Improved movement. It really helps. Otherwise, they're reduced to 2, I believe. Oh no, that's not the case, because winters are weaker. All right, so movement, vision, all of this is brought down. Winter also brings us pearls. So pearls pop up all over the map during winter. If you hover over a zone, in the tooltip at the very bottom, it'll say how many pearls are there. This one is a bigger one and is worth 3 pearls. And then this one is a smaller one and worth 1. There are certain hero skills and certain units with special capacities that allow them to pick up extra pearls or get XP when picking up pearls. In our case, we're going to spend some money by splitting up our army and try and gather as many of these bad boys as we can. Note that the pearls do not disappear during the summer. They simply appear at the beginning of each winter, and they'll sit there forever. But you are competing with other armies to get them. Unlike ruins, once someone grabs them, they are gone. So, let's grab these pearls. All you have to do is move on. You'll note it indicates how many you got there. We got 3. And then it tells us that we have 3 pearls. We want at least 10 so that we can build that altar of Auriga in here and unlock the ability to do some of these more interesting things. Note it says applied winter effects. Winters get worse, and you can use pearls to vote on how you want winter to get worse. Preferably you'll choose penalties that penalize your enemies more, or that you can overcome more easily. However, you could just not waste your pearls if there's no decent choices to be had, and you can focus on purchasing some of these excellent little updates. A really good choice for us, as we're very combat centric, is sometime during the second winter to get pearl smithing, which lets us unlock armor made of pearls. That way we can substitute pearls for like glass, steel, and titanium. Plus, the pearl armor, each piece negates a different part of the winter penalty. Let's see. It doesn't say it, but you actually suffer reduced attributes in winter. Alright, so how is our pearl searching going to go on? This army is headed down here. Note, because we created an army, our income is now negative. It is a little expensive to create an extra army during winter, but it's going to be worth it to nab more pearls. Another potential issue you can run into is around the time just before the first winter hits, somewhere around turn 25, I think, is when intact native villages start to spawn roving bands of creatures. Fortunately, you can tell the black ones are ones we've destroyed. The gold ones are the ones that can still produce natives. It looks like we have wiped out quite a few. We're going to want to send this guy up and steal pearls from these guys. They'll probably lock down their borders against us, but hey, got your pearls. And is there anything else about winter? The shifters in particular are not really fazed by winter, and it's a great time for them and their sky fins to zoom around the map and snatch up all the pearls ever. Plus, because pearls will spawn out in the water, and they begin with the ability, let's see, they begin with the research shipyard, which unlocks ships. You're just like civilization, your units carry ships with them. All you have to do is move to the water's edge and they will instantly jump into a boat, and then you can travel around on the water. And then when you get back on land, you don't lose any movement. You lose your turn when you make a boat, but when you disembark, you can continue moving like nothing happened. Because at the very beginning of the game, this technology is already given to the shifter race. You can snatch up pearls out on the water, and there's no way anyone else can on the first action. You can also cross, depending on the map, that could be really beneficial. So, because we know this is pretty much a monster-free zone because we beat down most of the monsters that would be spawning in here, we're going to have these guys move down, maybe get this ruin, and loop around while we have these guys loop around. And we're just going to collect as many pearls as we possibly can. But 10 is going to be enough. Alright guys, that's most of what I have to say about Winter, the Altar of Auriga. Once we look about purchasing some of these, we'll talk about the tier 1 benefits and this, but it's probably going to be after the altar is built. Until next time, my friends, remember to stay warm and like, subscribe, and think about how downhill it is from here.